Prepare to witness the euphoric culmination of dreams for Manchester City as they ascended to the pinnacle of football glory. With an extraordinary triumph in the coveted Champions League, they not only clinched the treble, but also secured a historic three-peat of the Premier League. This season has become a celestial delight for Manchester City fans and players alike, transcending the boundaries of mere success. Amidst this euphoria, a certain player stood out in his unrestrained jubilation. Jack Grealish, embodying the sheer magnitude of these achievements, embarked on a 5-day revelry, immersing himself in celebration and reveling in the ecstasy of his team's triumph. It used to be known as a night out, but now it's referred to as the full Grealish. And for Jack Peter Grealish from Solihull, life will never be the same again. He's now a treble winner, part of the Manchester City team that has achieved greatness. This accomplishment has solidified his legendary status and elevated his profile. Grealish was not the only one enjoying the 3-night celebration in 3 different countries that commenced after City's Champions League triumph over Internazionale in Istanbul. As fellow City midfielder Calvin Phillips stated, everyone was having a great time, just like Jack. Phillips made a valid point by referencing Manchester United's treble win in 1999, implying that the celebrations were likely wilder back then. However, with no camera phones or social media, those festivities remain mostly undocumented. Nevertheless, in this case, everyone knows which City player became the face of the celebrations, the one who dominated Instagram clips and newspaper headlines. The Sun newspaper captured the essence of the moment with its front-page headline, "Having Treble Jack?" accompanied by a photo of Grealish being assisted by his teammate Kyle Walker as they boarded a people carrier at Ibiza Airport. Yes, Ibiza was the destination. Stay with me. Most of the City players traveled there on Sunday night for part 2 of the trilogy, a dinner followed by a party at Pasha until sunrise. Part 1 took place at the team hotel in Istanbul, and the final leg consisted of an open bus parade in Manchester on Monday evening after returning from Ibiza, followed by another celebration at the Mayfield Depot in Piccadilly. During the parade, Grealish expressed his joy, saying, "In the last 24 hours, I've had the best day and night. I don't think I've slept at all." He humorously referred to himself as a turkey in need of feeding, while Phillips playfully poured more drinks into his mouth. But now let's take a look at the celebration timeline of Grealish. On Saturday night between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., Grealish experienced a range of emotions. Immediately after the game, he was overwhelmed with emotion and broke down in tears during an interview. He was also captured sharing a kiss with his girlfriend Sasha Atwood while celebrating the victory. During the celebrations, Grealish was seen singing along to Fleetwood Mac, enjoying the music and indulging in drinks. In an iconic image, he was depicted holding a boombox, a can of Heineken, and wearing his cap backward. As the team made their way back to the hotel, Grealish was seen enjoying more drinks on the coach. Upon arrival at the JW Marriott, he took the lead in the celebrations, setting the joyful atmosphere for the team. From 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. on Sunday morning, Grealish continued to enjoy the festivities along with his teammates at the hotel. At one point, he took to the stage, holding drinks in both hands and sporting his cap in reverse. The party atmosphere was lively, with thumping disco music playing, and Grealish even showcased his rap skills. The celebrations carried on well into the early hours of Sunday, extending past City's departure time. At 5 a.m., Grealish was captured on video leading enthusiastic chants in celebration of their treble victory, joined by Erling Haaland, Kyle Walker, and John Stones. As the party unfolded, empty bottles of Grey Goose vodka and champagne were scattered throughout the hotel, evidence of the joyous celebrations among the City players. On Sunday morning at 6 a.m., a tired-looking Grealish boarded the flight back home alongside his teammates, still wearing his kit from the previous night's celebrations. It's uncertain whether he managed to get any sleep, but he was captured singing and dancing with his fellow players during the journey. At one point, the mischievous Grealish playfully stuck his head out of the coach's roof, reveling in the moment. Alongside him were Kyle Walker, Erling Haaland, John Stones, and Calvin Phillips. Phillips held the microphone and led the rendition of John Stones' well-known chant, with the others joining in enthusiastically. As the team bus made its way, Grealish could be seen poking his head out of a window on the roof while fans applauded and cheered in support. Before the flight, the Manchester City players gathered for a photo with the trophy, capturing the victorious moment. Grealish continued to bring joy inside the plane, entertaining his teammates by utilizing the intercom system to inject more fun into the journey. On a Sunday afternoon, City arrived back at Manchester Airport and gathered on the steps of their club-decorated Etihad plane. Grealish, clearly in a festive mood, continued the celebration throughout the flight and amusingly stumbled off the plane, much to the delight of fans. One fan even jokingly remarked, "Grealish doesn't have a clue what planet he's on." The festivities carried on, and a few hours later, Grealish joined several teammates for a quick trip to Ibiza, where they enjoyed a lively 12-hour party. Without any time for rest, Grealish swiftly flew to Ibiza alongside some of his City teammates, and after a 12-hour celebration, they returned just in time for the parade on Monday. On Sunday night, around 6 a.m., a group of individuals, excluding manager Pep Guardiola, arranged for a private jet from Manchester to take them to the Balearic Island to celebrate their remarkable achievements in a grand manner. According to reports from Spain, the players who traveled to Ibiza opted for the adults-only Ushuaia Ibiza Beach Hotel, located in the Playa d'Embosa resort. This hotel is renowned for its beach dance clubs and has the capacity to accommodate up to 7,000 partygoers. They spent their time at the club until approximately 6:30 a.m., and then they boarded their flight back to Manchester around 10 a.m. As expected, Grealish shared his experiences on social media platforms, documenting the events of the night. On Monday morning, Grealish, visibly exhausted and worse for wear, was assisted by his teammate Kyle Walker to catch the 10:30 a.m. flight back to Manchester. He wore sunglasses and appeared to be in such a condition that the airport staff offered him a wheelchair. An observer mentioned Jack's teammates were supporting him and helped him reach the bus. At the airport, the staff noticed that he was struggling to walk, so they brought a wheelchair. They suggested he use the chair to reach the plane. However, the observer continued, he managed to climb the steps on his own. His friends seemed to find it amusing, and I'm sure Jack will find it funny too once he gets some rest. Later on Monday afternoon at around 1 p.m., Grealish and his companions were captured leaving their flight after returning to the northern part of England. Grealish was still wearing the same shirt he had on the previous night as they disembarked the plane, with the party set to continue on English soil through a bus parade in Manchester. Monday evening, the Man City players made their way to the city centre on a specially arranged tram, preparing for their open-top bus parade. Grealish, now fully recovered from the revelry in Ibiza, led the lively festivities aboard the bus, even though rain and lightning threatened to dampen the mood. As the rain continued to fall, Grealish put his shirt back on and took some photos with the Champions League trophy, proudly displaying their victory. Thousands of excited fans lined the streets, with some climbing on buildings and lampposts or arriving hours in advance to secure the best spots along the parade route and witness the joyous celebrations. In the midst of the exuberant revelry, Norwegian striker Erling Haaland playfully sprayed Grealish with champagne, adding to the festive atmosphere. On Monday night at 12 a.m., Jack Grealish and his Manchester City teammates, wearing pajamas, headed to a Manchester club to continue their party for the third consecutive night. Grealish, the star player from England, donned a smooth black two-piece outfit with gold accents, leading the group's entrance at Depot Mayfield. Later, Grealish shared selfies with excited fans on Instagram and posed with the 3 trophies his team had won this season. The celebration continued as he enjoyed a remarkable festive spree. Haaland, another standout player, also showed up at the club, wearing a striking golden tracksuit with his 3 medals hanging from his neck. During the course of the night, while consuming vodka on stage, Grealish expressed to his fans that it had been his most incredible day and night since the historic victory. He mentioned that he hadn't slept and had lost his voice due to all the partying. What are your thoughts on Jack Grealish partying? Let us know in the comments below.